Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're talking about those AI tools you're probably already using. But here's the thing, we're gonna learn how to get so much more out of them. It's time to really unlock their true potential.
You've been there, right? You ask an AI for something, you're hoping for a spark of genius, and what you get back is, well, it's just generic. It's bland, it's boring. And honestly, it's not all that helpful. It's a super common frustration. But what if I told you the problem isn't actually the AI? Because the real secret, the absolute key to getting those mind-blowing results, is all about mastering the art of the prompt. It's about changing how you think, moving away from just barking a simple command to giving really thoughtful, detailed directions. And that is exactly what we are going to break down right now. All right, let's get into it. To give better instructions, we first have to understand what we're even talking to. We type a question into this black box, a large language model, and an answer pops out. But what's really going on in there that makes it miss the mark sometimes? So let's pop the hood and take a look inside that box. And don't worry, you don't need a computer science degree for this. We're just going to grasp the basics. Because trust me, knowing a little bit about how the AI works is the very first step to making it work for you. Okay, first up, tokens. An AI doesn't really see words and sentences the way that we do. It sees everything in these little pieces called tokens. Now, a token can be a whole word, like car, or it can be just a piece of a word, like the ing in running. Think of them like Lego bricks. They are the fundamental building blocks the AI uses to construct literally everything it writes. And here's where the magic happens, how it puts those Lego bricks together. That's the job of something called the transformer architecture. You can just think of it as the brain of the whole operation. It's this incredibly powerful system that looks at all the tokens in your prompt and figures out how they relate to each other. This is how it knows that a riverbank is a totally different thing from a savings bank. It's all about context. So how does it get so smart about context? Through this absolutely massive training process. Step 1, it just consumes a mind-boggling amount of text from the internet. We're talking books, articles, the whole shebang. Step 2, it starts to learn patterns. It sees relationships, different writing styles, sentence structures, and all of that leads to step 3. Its one core job becomes predicting the most likely next word, or token, based on all those patterns it learned. And this right here is the most important thing to understand. The AI isn't thinking, it's a world-class pattern matching machine. It has seen pretty much every style of writing imaginable, from Shakespeare to a super technical user manual. So when you give it a prompt, you're not asking it a question. You're pointing it toward one of those millions of patterns and saying, use this one. Okay, so if we know we're dealing with a pattern matcher, how do we get better at pointing it to the right patterns? This is where things get really practical. Let's dig into the keys for crafting a prompt that actually works. Just look at the night and day difference here. On the left, write about LLMs. I mean, that's a total gamble, right? The AI has to guess the style, the audience, the length, everything. But look at the strong prompt. It's so specific. It gives a role, tech journalist, a format, 3 paragraphs, and an audience, non-technical people. You've just gone from kind of hoping for a good result to actively directing one. So making that leap from a weak prompt to a strong one, it isn't magic and it's not luck. It's a method. So how do we do it every single time? Well, it really just boils down to a few core ideas. And here they are, the 4 keys to unlocking way better answers. You need to provide context, specify a role, define the format, and, this is a big one, be ready to test and iterate. So let's break down those first 3, because they're all about crafting that perfect first shot. First up, context. This is the who, what, and why behind your request. So don't just ask for a marketing slogan. Tell it the product is a new eco-friendly coffee brand and you're targeting millennials who live in cities. Don't just say, summarize this. Say, summarize this financial report for a board meeting, and I need you to focus on the Q3 revenue risks. The more background you give it, the better and more tailored that response is going to be. Second, and this might be the most powerful trick in the book, assign it a role. Tell the AI who it should be. You can say, act as a seasoned travel writer, or you are a skeptical financial analyst, or even you're a witty copywriter. When you do this, you're tapping directly into those specific patterns and styles it learned during its training. You're essentially telling it which professional hat to put on. And third, you have to be really clear about the format you want back. Don't leave the structure up to chance. Tell it exactly what you need. Give me a 5-bullet-point summary. Generate this data in a 3-column table. Keep the tone professional and under 100 words. These constraints aren't holding the AI back, they're guardrails that guide it directly to the output you actually need. So when you put those 3 keys together, a whole new way of working starts to emerge. You're not just some user typing in commands anymore. No, you are the director. You provide the script, the character's motivation, the stage directions, and the AI, it's your incredibly versatile actor ready to play any part you can dream up, as long as your direction is crystal clear. But what happens when that first take isn't quite perfect? And that brings us to our final and maybe the most important key, because getting a great result almost never happens with a single perfect prompt. You have to test and iterate. That first thing the AI gives you, it's not the final product. Think of it as the start of a conversation. It's a draft. Your job is to look at it and think, okay, how can my next instruction get me even closer to what I want? And this is exactly what that workflow looks like. You start with prompt number 1, you review what it gives you, and then you refine your direction. So instead of just saying, make it better, you get specific. You might say, okay, that's a good start, but the tone is way too formal. Rewrite it to be more conversational and add a funny story. Or, I like these ideas, but can you reframe them from the perspective of a skeptical customer? Every single tweak is a chance to polish that result until it's perfect. So here's the big mindset shift you have to make. Stop thinking of this as giving a one-time command and just hoping you get a good answer back. Instead, you've got to see it for what it is, a collaboration. It's a creative back and forth. It's like a dance between your vision as the director and the AI's amazing ability to perform. At the end of the day, these tools offer you just incredible creative leverage. When you provide clear context, when you assign a role, define the format, and embrace that back and forth process, you're not just asking a question anymore. You are directing a performance. You've basically been handed a paintbrush with an infinite number of colors. So the only question left is, what are you gonna create?